they have done the figures for the last 3 months. It is a total of 437 billion shillings they say they have borrowed domestically. That 437 is 4.8 billion shillings per day. It is equivalent to 202 million per hour. It is equivalent to 3.8 million shillings per minute. And it is equivalent to 56,000 shillings per second. That is what your government is doing. That domestic borrowing is our money. And what they cannot do and service that way, they try and come back to us in taxation. That's why the tax bill was so horrendous last year, and the young community of this country got up to fight it because it was punitive to each and every one of us. So there is a total collapse of this nation happening every day before our eyes. At 2014, Duale brings a bill to amend Section 17 of the Public Finance Management Act to add C and D. The Constitution, Public Finance 2012, had A and B, the two exceptions I've said, but now he goes to Parliament to amend Public Finance Management Act Section 17 and add C and D. And C and D are to do with the loans to be taken by the government, that they do not have to come to central bank. They can fly all over the world. It can even go to a contractor. It can go to a freight person. It can go to whatever entity. It is very broad in its description. But it does not have to enter the Republic of Kenya. It does not have to enter our central bank. The illegality is that you cannot change the Constitution of Kenya through statute law, inferior law. You cannot. The Constitution is supreme. So what should have happened is that you go and you get 2/3 of Parliament to amend 206 of the Constitution. And once you amend it, then you impart it in Public Finance Management Act. And they knew that. But they knew if they do that, it would raise concern. Why are you amending in the Constitution this early in your regime? And everyone would refuse because you're advertising that you're saying money does not have to come to central bank. Now, the key thing about money coming to the consolidated fund is that that is where we have oversight. And oversight goes like this. First and foremost, the controller of budget has oversight on any withdrawals from the consolidated fund. That is the law. So any withdrawal, any exchequer issue, if you're paying for anything, that is mainly, she only authorizes what is in the budget. She must approve the exit of any money from the consolidated fund. And it must align with the budget that has been passed by Parliament. Number two, and this is critical, the Auditor General also can only audit accounts in the consolidated fund. Any other place they cannot audit. They have no sight of. So it was also to make sure that they have no sight of what is happening with the debt. So let's go to debt, because C and D amendments were to do with debt. So let us go to the debt. So from independent Kenya, 40 years until Mwai Kibaki left uongozi wa Kenya in 2013, we had a total of 1.8 trillion in our total debt of 40 years. Total debt of 40 years, 1.8 trillion. Please note, I'm saying 40 years. From 2013, call it 2014, because that was Uhuru's first budget, to 2022, can roughly say 8 years. Our debt moved from 1.8 trillion to roughly 9.4 trillion. Because by the time he was handing over, it was 9.4. You can say the